Okay, mouse trapping basics. There are pretty much 3 methods of catching mice. I do not have the first 2, but I have examples I can use. You've got glue traps, bait cubes, and snap traps. I do not like the first 2, that's why I do not have any of them around, and I'll tell you real quick why I don't like them. Glue traps, it's just a sheet of paper with some glue on top. A mouse will touch it, panic, touch it some more to try to release itself, and get super stuck, and then you find the mouse stuck to the glue trap. From my experience, you will find a live screaming mouse stuck to the glue trap, and now what are you going to do with it? You have to manually kill this mouse yourself. And it's a horrible death for them, it's a horrible experience for you, and I just do not like using them. Poison, they're usually like little brown cubes. The mice will chew little pieces off from it, take it back to their nest, and eat it and die back at their nest. You don't have to deal with a mouse body. The mouse problem just kind of disappears. But the problem with that is usually their nest is like in your walls. So now you've got dead mice in your walls where you can't get to them. And if it's anything bigger, or if you have lots of mice, now you've got stinking, rotting carcasses stuck in your walls where you can't get to them, which I have experienced, and it's not fun. So I do not like using them. So, get them out of here. Just don't get glue traps, don't get bait. You want snap traps. I just use the cheapy wooden ones. There are these big plastic ones that you might find around. They have these like grippy handles on the back and like claws on the front, and you just squeeze the back and then the claws will open, and I think you get like 2 for $5. I haven't tried them. They cost like 5 times as much as these, and the only positive I see out of that whole thing is there's no possibility of you having to touch a dead mouse at the end. So I mean, I guess if you're really afraid of touching a dead mouse, you can go for them, but these work. I know these work perfectly fine. Let's see. This is like the conventional old-fashioned one, just Victor Snap Trap. This is the trigger up front. The way it works is you pull the kill bar over, and then you got this little trigger. I don't know what this is, like a retaining bar. And you just kind of like loop it around a little holder right there, and it just holds it open. There. And yeah, whenever you have the kill bar over, grab it from the sides. Don't try to grab it from the top. I don't think this will break your finger if it snaps you, but it is not fun. So that's triggered, and if a mouse comes along and touches it, it snaps. Pretty good. This is a super slippery floor. It usually doesn't go flying all over the place. But this is the conventional one, just the Victor. I've seen these other ones around too. These are a little cheaper. They both work fine. I think these might work a little better just because the touch panel is bigger. On these, the bar attaches from the side, and on this, it goes right in the middle there, and you have to kind of like pick it up a little for it to grab, and then it'll grab like that with the bar over. There. So yeah, got the kill bar over. You pick this up a little bit, and then you gotta kind of weave it in there, and then there. Now it's set. Alright, so bait. My main thing is raisins. You'll hear lots of people say that they just put peanut butter on there. Mice are smarter than people give them credit for. You can put peanut butter on there, and mice can sense that there's something weird about this, and they won't want to touch it too much. So if there's peanut butter stuck on the trigger, they can come along, lick all the peanut butter off, and then walk away. And they never even set off the trap. You'll just come back and all the bait's gone, all the peanut butter's gone, because they could just lick that right off. So all mouse traps have some kind of little holes on the trigger. So what I do is, I don't know if you can see that, I have a raisin, and you just use any kind of thread you have around, it doesn't matter. But I will take the raisin and a needle with thread and stick a needle through the middle of the raisin so that you've got thread with a raisin. And then you want to tie it onto the trigger. Just loop it all the way around. So if this is set and a mouse wants that raisin, they can't just gently grab it and run away. It is attached to the trigger. They're going to have to yank on this thing to get it off. And you will catch a mouse every single time. I've caught like 10 mice with one raisin, and they could never get the raisin off. They'll come along, you will go out, there's a dead mouse, raisin's still attached. You just knock the mouse off, reset it, throw it back in there, ready to go again. But many times, if I have some peanut butter around, what I'll do is I'll put the raisin on and then put a little blob of peanut butter on the top. So even if they do, they can smell the peanut butter from farther away, I think. So even if they do come along and lick the peanut butter off, they'll notice the raisin there and want that raisin. And when they go to grab the raisin's not coming off. And then they'll set the trigger off. Let's see. So, yeah. Alright, so placement. If this is a wall, you want to set it like that. You want the bait aiming towards the wall, and you want the whole thing to be close to the wall. Mice like to run with a side of their body touching a wall because, you know, they're prey animals, everything likes to eat them, so they're always scared. So they like being near a wall. So they will be running along the outside of wherever the enclosure is. So just set it like that, and you want multiple traps. Don't just put one trap in one room. You want a trap like every 5 or 10 feet, because they might just pop into a place, hide there, and then run away. They might not even go to the whole rest of the room. So if you just put one trap here, and it turns out they're on the other corner of the room, and that's the only place they're ever going, you will have mice in the room. There's a mouse trap, but it never catches the mouse. So always get like many mouse traps and just put them all over the place. Let's see. When I have a trap that catches a mouse, they will many times be like very stuck around the kill bar. So be prepared for that. You might come out, there's a dead mouse stuck on there, and they're going to be like wrapped around the kill bar because this really hits them hard and kind of like breaks their whole body in half. That's kind of the point of that I like about these. Yeah, I don't think I said that. Glue traps. This is a long, scary death for the mouse. They die over a couple of days. They just die of no water. That's what kills them. They're just stuck to it. Nothing actually kills them. Poison, it's poison. It painfully kills them over a day or two. And then you've also got a poisoned mouse body, which predators will come along and eat it, and then they get poisoned too. So you're poisoning the mouse and everything in the neighborhood. So that's also another bad thing about this. With a mouse, with a snap trap, when the mouse comes out and grabs that bait, boom, he's dead that fast. Everything's over. It's like the most humane way of dealing with a mouse. Just get it over with. Let's see. I think that's about it. Many mouse traps. Put them up against the wall like that. Yep, that's about it.